Hi, I'm Sasha Muller, PC Pro's Deputy Reviews Editor.
And I'm Darian Graham-Smith, PC Pro's Technical Editor. This week we have this enormous, well, it's maybe not enormous, but it's certainly bigger than most smartphones. It's the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. I was quite interested to see this because I recently, just last week, I got a Galaxy S4, which is the biggest phone I've ever had, and I was wondering whether I should have gone even larger. I've got to say there's ups and downs though to having a phone this big. What do you reckon?
It's a tricky one. This is definitely larger than most phones you will have ever come across. It's got a 5.7-inch screen, which by any standards is pretty huge, and it feels pretty big, but it's got to be said, I expect it to be a lot heavier.
Yeah, no, I was surprised by how sort of sensible it really is. For comparison, here's the Galaxy S4, and at first glance, if you sort of just glance across the table, you might be mistaken for getting this one mixed up with this one. There is a slight problem for me in particular. I have small hands, as I've mentioned before, and it's a bit of a drag to use one-handed. You can't quite get across the screen. Although actually, as it's showing there, if you swipe in from the side, it can move into a sort of a miniature mode, so you can access the buttons and then presumably somehow move it back into full screen mode.
Yeah, no, it works on left and right-handed modes as well, so that is quite nice. So not just right-handed people it's suitable for. But another thing, the key feature is that the, as you may remember from the last Galaxy Note, was that the S Pen stylus on the bottom. It just docks in the bottom edge, makes a little kind of bong sort of feeling as you pull it out, and yeah, you can scribble notes on the screen. And the good thing is, the nice thing is that once you've written the notes, you can actually then use handwriting recognition to turn those into text and then copy them out if you need to. It also works in apps, things like Photoshop Touch, so you can get slightly more precise control, which is the perfect moment to mention that it's now got USB 3 on the bottom, so that when you're copying the bits on bobs off, it's a bit quicker. And again, probably a useful point to mention that it films 4K video.
That's it.
Convinced?
I'm not really sure about the use of 4K just yet, but no, when you mentioned the USB 3 port, it's probably worth talking about some of the other technical things it has. It's got a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core processor. It runs Android 4.3. It's got all the bells and whistles as you'd expect. It's got NFC. The camera's 13 megapixels for stills, 3,200 milliamp hour battery. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, it ticks all the boxes, and I think the only question really, if you like Samsung phones, if you like the Galaxy S4, then by all means go for the Note 3 if you can live with the size. Well, there'll be a full review up very soon, so we'll see. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel and come back every Wednesday for new hot hardware videos.